And then there were 4. For the first time in school history, the Mount Union Purple Raider men's basketball team is in the Final Four. The Raiders joined the Wisconsin Whitewater Warhawks, the Christopher Newport Captains, and the Swarthmore Garnet, who are all on a quest for a national championship. The journey to Fort Wayne has been historic so far, and the Raiders will look for more history with 2 more victories and a national championship. My name is Jacob Buttar, and before tonight's semifinal game, we will take a look at all 4 teams remaining here on 91.1 WRMU. The first Final Four matchup of the night will feature the Swarthmore Garnet going up against the Christopher Newport Captains. For the Garnet, they come into tonight's matchup at 28-3 overall, making their 7th tournament appearance in school history and their 2nd Final Four, as the team finished runners-up in 2019, while Christopher Newport enters tonight's matchup also at 28-3 overall, making their 26th appearance in the NCAA Tournament to go along with their 3rd Final Four. The second matchup of the night will feature the Wisconsin Whitewater Warhawks going up against your Mount Union Purple Raiders. Whitewater enters tonight's matchup 25-7 overall, making their 22nd tournament appearance in school history to go along with their 6th Final Four, as the Warhawks have won 4 national championships in 1984, 1989, 2012, 2014, and they finished as runner-ups in 1983, while the Mount Union Purple Raiders enter tonight's matchup 29-2 overall, making their 5th tournament appearance in school history to go along with their 1st Final Four appearance. First, taking a closer look at Swarthmore, the Garnet are led by head coach Landry Kosmalski, who's in his 11th season as the head coach here at Swarthmore. He's making his 7th tournament appearance as well as the head coach for the Garnet, and his 2nd Final Four as well, as the school to this point to get to the Final Four defeated SUNY Delhi 93-64 in the first round, and followed that up with a second round victory over St. John's Fisher 101-78, then defeated Keene State 82-58 in the Sweet 16, then won a thriller against Nichols College in the Elite 8 78-77, capped off by a Michael Caprice game-winning shot with under 9 seconds left to go in that matchup. The Garnet have been led in scoring all season by Vinny D'Angelo, who averages 17.4 points per game to go along with 3.3 assists, as D'Angelo was named the Centennial Conference Player of the Year and first team member. He was also named the D3Hoops.com Region 5 Player of the Year, while George Visconti is second in scoring at 14.3 points per game and averaging a team-high 3.4 assists per contest, as Visconti was named to the Centennial Conference All-Second Team. Michael Caprice averages 10.3 points per game to go along with the team-high 8.1 rebounds, as Caprice was named to the D3Hoops.com All-Region 5 Third Team, while head coach Landry Kosmalski was named the D3Hoops.com All-Region 5 Coach of the Year. George Visconti has led the team in scoring throughout their tournament run, averaging 17.3 points per game, while Michael Caprice has led the team in rebounds per game at 6.5 rebounds per contest to go along with the team-high 1.5 blocks per game, and he's shooting a team-high 73.5% from the field throughout the tournament so far, while Vinny D'Angelo has led the team in assists at 5.5 assists per game, and he's also shooting 53% from the three-point line. Taking a look at their opponent, the Christopher Newport Captains, the Captains are led by head coach John Krikorian, who's in his 12th season as the head coach at Christopher Newport, and he's making his 9th tournament appearance to go along with his 3rd Final Four appearance as the head coach for the Captains. And to get to this point, Christopher Newport defeated Farmingdale State in the first round in a close matchup, 61-60, followed that up with a victory over Hampton-Sydney by a final score of 72-59, then defeated Mary Hardin Baylor in the Sweet 16, 72-60, and capped that off with a 76-70 victory over Wheaton in the Elite 8, as coming into tonight's matchup, the Captains have 13 straight victories to their name. The Captains have been led in scoring this season by John Hines, who has averaged a team-high 17.1 points per game to go along with 5.5 rebounds per contest, while Trey Barber has averaged 12.8 points per game to go along with a team-high 7.9 rebounds per game, as both Barber and Hines were named to the Coast to Coast All-First Team this season. They were also named to the D3Hoops.com All-Region 6 First Team as well, while Matthew Brody has averaged 11.8 points per game this year for Christopher Newport. He was named to the Coast to Coast Conference All-Second Team, with those honors here this season, while head coach John Krikorian was named the All-Region 6 Coach of the Year by D3Hoops.com. The captains have been led in scoring throughout the NCAA tournament by John Hines, who has averaged 16 points per contest, while Trey Barber leads the team in rebounds per game at 10.8 rebounds per game to go along with 3.3 blocks per game, leading the team in that category, and also shooting a team-high 60% overall from the floor, while point guard Ty Henderson has led the team in assists per game at 4.5 assists per game throughout the tournament. He's also shooting 38% from the three-point line and 88% from the free throw line. Now taking a look at Wisconsin Whitewater, the Warhawks are led by head coach Pat Miller, who's in his 22nd season as the head coach for the Warhawks. He's making his 10th tournament appearance overall and his 3rd Final Four appearance as the head coach for Whitewater, as Miller has won 2 national championships back in 2012 and 2014 for Whitewater. As to get to this point, the Warhawks defeated Wabash in the first round by a final score of 90-83, then followed that up with a win over Case Western in the second round, 78-75. They won an overtime thriller over Johns Hopkins in the Sweet 16, 83-82. Then they were just able to outlast Oswego State in the Elite Eight by a final score of 77-74. On the season, it's been the freshman Miles Barnstable who has led the team in scoring at 16.2 points per contest, as Barnstable was named the WIAC Newcomer of the Year and also as a member of the All-WIAC team this season. And for his contributions as well, Miles Barnstable was named the All-Region 9 Rookie of the Year and first team member by D3Hoops.com. Trevon Chisholm has averaged 15.7 points per game this year for the Warhawks, to go along with 4.6 rebounds per game, as he too was named to the All-WIAC team. Meanwhile, Delvin Barnstable has averaged 11.9 points per game and a team-high 6.2 rebounds per contest, while guard Jameer Barker has averaged 3 assists per game to lead the team in that category, as both Delvin Barnstable and Jameer Barker were named to the All-WIAC Honorable Mention. So far this NCAA tournament, it's been Miles Barnstable who's led the team in scoring at 22.3 points per game, to go along with shooting 54% from the three-point line and 91% overall from the free throw line, while Delvin Barnstable has led the team in rebounds per contest at 10.8 rebounds per game, to go along with a block and a half per game as well, and Jameer Barker has led the team in assists per contest at 3 assists per game so far this postseason for Wisconsin Whitewater. And last but certainly not least, taking a look at your Mount Union Purple Raiders, who are led by head coach Mike Feuline, who's in his 12th season as the head coach here at the University of Mount Union. Coach Feuline is making his 4th tournament appearance overall and the first Final Four appearance in the school's history. As to get to this point, Mount Union defeated Anderson in the first round 73-65 and followed that up with a 90-66 victory in the second round over Lancaster Bible College. And in the Sweet 16, they had a come-from-behind victory over North Park, 102-85, before defeating Wisconsin Oshkosh 78-67 in the Elite Eight, led by Christian Parker, who finished with 26 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 blocks. The Raiders have been led in scoring this season by Christian Parker, who has averaged 18.5 points per game to go along with the team-high 8.3 rebounds per game, as Parker was named the OAC Player of the Year and selected to the conference's All-First Team. He was also named the D3Hoops.com All-Region 7 Player of the Year and first team member as well in that category, while Colin Gurley has averaged 14.5 points per game for the Raiders this season. Gurley was named to the All-OAC First Team as well as the All-Region 7 Second Team by D3Hoops.com. Darrell Newsome has averaged 10.5 rebounds per game and been the defensive leader for the Purple Raiders, as Newsome was named the OAC Defensive Player of the Year and also selected to the All-OAC Honorable Mention team. Jeffrey Mansfield averaged around 10 points per game, 4.8 rebounds per game, and 3.1 assists per game for the Purple Raiders, while Braden Poole has averaged 5.1 rebounds per contest for Mount Union this season. Both Poole and Mansfield were also selected to the All-OAC Honorable Mention, while head coach Mike Feuline was named the D3Hoops.com All-Region 7 Coach of the Year. The Raiders have been led all throughout the NCAA tournament in scoring by Christian Parker, who has averaged 22.8 points per game to go along with the team-high 11.3 rebounds per contest and 3.8 blocks per game as well, while Jeffrey Mansfield has led the team in assists at around 5.5 assists per game. Colin Gurley has led the team in steals at 2.5 steals per contest, as well as free throw percentage at 80%, and he's tied with Darrell Newsome for the team lead in three-point percentage at 43% so far in the tournament, while Chris Painter Jr. has led the team overall in shooting from the floor at a 67% clip. Only 4 teams remain, and one will be crowned the national champion. After tonight's semifinal games conclude, the winners of both semifinal matchups will meet up in Fort Wayne, Indiana at 4 p.m. on Saturday to compete for the national championship. We wish the Mount Union Purple Raiders the best of luck on their quest for their first championship in school history. Make sure to follow all Final Four news here on 91.1 WRMU as we bring it to you live from Fort Wayne, Indiana.